Everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of one Zendikar Rising draft. All right, the rare Archon of Emeria. It's okay. Not amazing. Certainly playable. Shadow Stinger's good, but kind of a specific card for the rogue decks. Grotag Night Runner, playable. Balaged Recovery, good playable spell land. Field Research in here. Blood Priest, Vanquish, Rabid Bite, Spellcraft, Pack Beast. A lot of playable stuff in here. I don't know what I like the most. I mean, I don't like that this is a downside for you, too. I'd probably take a removal spell here. Do I just take the Rabid Bite? It's probably better than Vanquish. It's really not the ideal first pick, just because... Actually, I don't really care. I don't hate green. We'll see if it works out. All right, follow-up pick. Well, in green, I'd probably second pick a Visionary and be okay with that after a Rabid Bite. 3/2 body with a draw card. It is a 4-drop. There's also a Vastwood Surge, but I probably like Visionary more. Otherwise, in other colors, we've got Scion, good Cleric. We've got Riptide for Simic Kicker. Buying Veil, playable spell land. Yeah, let's follow up with a Visionary. Second pick might feel a little bit early, but I guess first pick Rabid Bite's a little bit early too. But I mean, you know what? I'm fine following up with a Visionary over a Scion here. Even though I think Scion's better in a vacuum, Visionary goes better with our first pick, leaves us a little more open. We can see what's wheeling. Like here, I can pretty easily take a Florahedron and be happy. Turn 2 Florahedron, turn 3 Visionary is really nice, actually. You get a lot of resources plus cards that replace themselves. Good value. Another Vastwood Surge in here. Blood Priest, Gloom Hunter. Geyser Mage. With the Florahedron, we might be set up better for a Simic Kicker deck. In which case, those Vastwood Surges are pretty good. But I feel like these aren't super highly picked cards. Green in general, not usually highly picked, so maybe we'll be fortunate. All right, well, here we're actually going to have to pick something. I suppose with what we've got right now, I mean, I can go any direction. So what do I like the most? I mean, we can do Kicker. The strongest, if I do Kicker, maybe Fury is the best card to pick up. Because I don't want to pick up a Might or Marasa or a Zendikar. Neither of them are particularly exciting. Could take the Diviner. We already have a Wizard. Could do like a Simic Wizard deck. I like Diviner. It's a good card. Or we could take Plunder. More of a party card, but drawing cards when you have a lot of ramp can be good too. I think I'm going to go Diviner. Get the evasion. Maybe make some sort of Simic Wizards thing work. Well, another Kazul's Fury in here. I'm kind of okay taking the Royal Mage. Not that we have a ton of synergies for it yet, but it's another Wizard for Diviner. The Kicker ability is good. It's a random 2-drop. In green, there's just a Reclaim the Waste, which is okay too. But we'll take the Royal Mage. Just sets us up better for both Simic Wizards or Simic Kicker. Okay, I can take Jwari Disruption. I like it. I like it as a spell land. I think it's good. Cascade Seer would be another wizard too. Same with Pack Beast. Broken Wing's more of a sideboard card. Stomper's a fine finisher. But yeah, I like Jwari Disruption. I think it's a good card. Okay. So, could take the Infiltrator here. We don't have any actual rogues, but there's Tajuru Blightblade. In general, Infiltrator's a pretty good card. Otherwise, Buying Veil is another option. Get another spell land. It's good. It's certainly a combat trick that can do some good things. I think I'm actually going to go Buying Veil. I think the chances of us... I think Infiltrator in a vacuum is a better card. I think Buying Veil makes more sense for the direction I'm likely to go, which is more of this Simic Wizards path. If I can't make the 2/3 unblockable, it is quite a bit worse. Still fine, but quite a bit worse. Here we probably just take Gnarled Colony. Random 2-drop that can be a 5-mana 4/4 Trampler. Nothing wrong with that. Over an Ascetic. Alright, Bolaged Recovery, nice wheel. Or we could take the Field Research. Both good. Probably opt for the Spell Land. I like running 18 lands generally, and when I have a lot of spell lands, it's a lot easier to do. All right, Riptide, it's probably certainly a fine opportunity to do that. We've got only a couple of kicker spells so far, but we're in the right colors for it. All right, Squid is perfectly playable. I think we're off to a pretty good start here. Here we'll take the weakest card, which is probably the Hellhound, maybe. Toss-up between that and the Blade. Someone's getting a last pick Blood Priest. Is that right? Well, maybe if we're getting second to last pick Blood Priest, we'll just take it, because could end up Dimir still, maybe, or Golgari. I mean, this card really shouldn't be going that late, so might be the sign we need. Zagras, well, this card's incredibly strong. The only issue now is I feel like quite a bit of ways away from it. We've kind of been building towards blue and green and not towards red and black, but this is by far easily the strongest card in here. Could take Call in the Ambush, can take Into the Royal, Diviner, Field Research. These are all good picks. Call in the Ambush kind of wants you to have good bodies to fight with, which we currently kind of don't. But I don't really want to first pick a Diviner. Into the Royal is probably a fine first pick since it's got kicker. It's hard to go wrong with spell lands for the most part. I guess we'll take the Ambush. I mean, I'm looking for kicker synergies too, but I don't know. I feel like we're in an okay position to go down a different path. Here, I'll take the Skydiver. It's good evasion. Can randomly steal artifacts sometimes. There's not much else here for us anyway, so I guess we'll keep going down the simic path here. All right, can take Diviner now, or we can take Into the Royal. There's also another Riptide and Reclaim the Waste. All of these are good. We currently have 8 creatures. I still kind of want this Into the Royal. It's just a good card in general. I want the Diviner too, but I'm going to go Into the Royal. All right, well, Stalker's a great card. We currently have Wizards and Rogues. There's also Colony. Stalker wins games, though. Could take the Scythe Cat as well. I think I'll go Stalker. Stalker wins games. Does it in cool fashion. Good body as well. All right, here probably take the Fortification over the Riptide. Still a little bit kicker light for our first Riptide. Although Skydiver's a nice kicker card too, actually. But yeah, we'll take Fortification here. I guess Snarecaster would have been another rogue to make that Infiltrator unblockable. Maybe could have considered that. Here, I'm not going to play Anti-Cognition. I think I'm just going to take the rare and get 20 gems because I'm not going to play either of those cards. Scythe Cat's actually very playable, so kind of an easy pickup there. All right, Blightblade now is probably fine. Only problem with our deck now is we don't really have any big finishers. And somehow we did end up with 3 rogues, so we could have taken the Infiltrator over the Buying Veil. It's not the end of the world because Buying Veil is still a good card, but would have been nice. So Relic Golem, we're not really milling. Broken Wings, I'm not going to end up main decking. I guess we can take Seagate Colossus. Could end up paying 5 or 6 mana for it. Makes our Stalker ability cheaper. Could be okay. So, we can take the Kicker card, or we can take the Chilling Trap. You know, I think the Might of Marasa probably ends up making a little more sense. We might end up with some Kicker synergies in here. Snarecaster versus Negate. I mean, I'm probably not main decking either one. Maybe I would main deck a Snarecaster. Well, now I kind of wish I'd gotten the Infiltrator. I wasn't expecting to get as many rogues as we got, but I don't really want to play the Snarecaster, so it's probably still okay. Well, Pickaxe more for landfall decks. I mean, Aspirant's the strongest card in here, but I didn't get any of the splash cards. Could take another Brute. It's not very exciting. Could take a Cleric. Helps with party stuff. Guess maybe we wield a Colossus. I could want a Cleric. Maybe we'll find some party synergies, because at this point we've got Wizard, Rogues, Warriors, so Cleric is kind of the last missing piece, I guess. It's just not a big finisher and then we immediately get Scute Swarm, and our deck immediately gets 30,000 times better, especially given that we've got this Bala Ged recovery. Yeah, this card is just absolutely insane. So strong. I think we might be able to wheel a Squid out of here too, so that's good. Well, we got our big splashy finisher. That's nice. And we got an Infiltrator anyway. I think now we can easily take this card. We have this rogue. We've got this rogue. Got this rogue. Those Snarecasters, if I want to play them. How much do we have for Relic Amulet? Actual tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Surprisingly, Relic Amulet's kind of good in here. We really don't have much removal either, but I still kind of want this Infiltrator. I think I'm going to go for it. It's definitely good if you have rogues. Alright, we can take another Blight Blade, which I'm kind of fine with. It's much more playable. There's also the Sentinel if I want another big... It is a big finisher and it flies. Blight Blade can block early. Our late game plan is currently winning off of Scute Swarm, which is definitely a good one, or a Seagate Colossus, or a Stalker. Yeah, I guess we can go for more early game and try and protect ourselves. Maybe we'll get the Sentinel back, who knows. So we can take the Stomper. I'm kind of okay with that. We have a lot of spell lands. Or we can take the Wind Robber, which is another way to make the Infiltrator unblockable, but I don't think it's a great fit for what we're doing, so I'm going to take the big Stomper. Conundrum. Well, I like Stalker number 2. We have enough class pieces for that. All right, well, Hornbeetle is really good with... I guess it works with Fortification, works with Gnarlid Colony. Doesn't work with Scute Swarm. Works with Scythe Cat. I mean, we have some synergies with it. I guess there's not much else I want, so... Maybe it makes the deck, maybe not. Can take the Nectar Pot. I'm okay with another Might, especially if we don't have much removal. It's a combat trick. Nectar Pot's fine too. It's just we probably have enough stuff where I don't need it, and we get one anyway. I don't think we need another Colossus now. I don't think we need another Brute. I don't think we need a Nectar Pot either, though. Brute at least has a class. All right, got the Squid back. That's good. So, plenty of early game. That's good news. We've got a bizarre, definitely a bizarre deck. Getting that Sentinel back is actually nice. Definitely a bizarre deck. But it's got Scute Swarm, so I don't know what else you can really ask for. So it's not a traditional Simic kicker deck. It's more, definitely more of a Simic class-based deck. Florahedron. Oops. Still going to do the 18 lander, I think. And that way I can probably find ways to fit Stomper and Colossus in here. Actual synergies with Hornbeetle, I don't think there's enough to justify it. It's basically just a colony, a Scythe Cat that's 2... Oh, we have these too? Wow, we do have a lot of spell lands. And that's like it. Yeah, not going to make it. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, we need 3 more cuts, and they can easily be creatures because we don't have much removal. We're basically rocking an Into the Royal, a Rabid Bite, and a couple Might of Marasas. So Riptide, I kind of still like. How much actual kicker synergy do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, maybe 7's not enough to justify the Riptide. Okay, I can cut it. We're kind of more focused in on winning with Stalker now anyway. Yeah. So 2 more creature cuts probably. So Cleric basically just makes our Stalker cheaper, but I kind of like having this diversity in class. Like we have a Cleric, we've got Rogue, Wizards, Warriors. I feel like we're in a good position to really snipe some games with Stalker, especially if we can, crowd up the board with our little dudes, or just win in the late game with Scute Swarm or Stomper or Colossus. Have to make 3 more cuts. What shall they be? I mean, this is our only Cleric, and it does make the Stalker cheaper. But outside of that, it is a pretty underwhelming card. It doesn't beat down like a squid. And this deck actually does look like it can kind of beat down, which is good. So maybe we just cut the Cleric. Makes this cheaper. Has synergy with Stalker. But outside of that, not insane. So one more cut? 6 plus 11 is 17. Yeah, so actually 1 more cut and then we're good. Maybe just cut a Brute. It's not a bad card, but I'd rather have potential big upside of a 4/4. A 2/2 or a 4/4 with Colony is nice. Good modality. I think that's better than always having a 3-mana 3/3. Yeah, I'm satisfied. What are we looking at color-wise? More green than blue. But we need the blue to multi-pump Stalker. So blue's still important. We have double blue here. No double green. I might just do... I think we're actually going to do an even split. Because even though we have more green symbols, blue is important in here with those Stalkers. So do this, and then for... Wait, that's not right. We want to do 9 and 9? Yeah. All right. Pretty good looking deck. I mean, I'm happy enough with it. Okay, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1 definitely looks like a keep to me. Let's see if we rip a land. We did not. So, well, I guess first turn we're going to do the Blightblade. So, still another turn to potentially draw a land. But it kind of feels like we're going to play the Buying Veil as a land. Especially next turn. Ooh, well, maybe not. That's nice. So now it gives us potential to drop the Diviner on turn 3 if we get an untapped land. Otherwise, Scythecat into Buying Veil as a land is still very acceptable. Or are they going to Rabid Bite? Looks like they're going to Rabid Bite. That's fine. Another Blightblade, so we'll play the Buying Veil. Because we need the extra land, then we'll play a Blightblade. And I guess we'll attack with a Blightblade, whatever. Looking like a Simic Rogue deck right now if I play this Stalker. Uh-oh. Infiltrator's a good one. Let's see. I can go Scythecat land, or I can go Diviner. Scythecat land probably is the best. I think we'll just smash with 1. Let's see, do I want to? Because they might trade the colony now. I guess we'll keep it back. Alright. Well, they don't have a rogue, so that's good. Ooh, infiltrator of our own with rogues? Yeah, I like that. One card left. That's good news. All right. So the good news is we can bounce our infiltrator, draw a card, and potentially replay it for some pretty good value. So, and they probably don't want to attack with their Riptide. Yeah, this is totally fine. And we got the land too, so I guess we can wait. No huge rush here. Into their turn, we can into the Royal, the Infiltrator. Is that it's all classes. So unfortunately, that's going to be able to make their and I have to deal with the Arbor Mage too, huh? Well, I may need to actually, sadly, hold up the... Well, I don't like this, but the problem is I can't just stay back. They can kick Arbor Mage, make everything block their Riptide, and kill a lot of our guys, though. Which is a big problem. So for that reason, it might make the most sense to just start. I think we start attacking. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So we don't have another wizard, so I don't really want to do the diviner. They kick the Arbor Mage, they can get in for a lot. So whatever I play here is going to end up dying. Another land and I can go Stalker Diviner, so I think we just kick this. That way, if they want to kick Arbor Mage, at least we get it out of the way. Yeah, so they can eat our Gnarlid Colony. It's not the end of the world. And then we can at least keep the Blight Blade back again, although I don't know if we do. No choice but to block here. Squid's not bad. That lets us go Diviner plus Squid. That is good. Probably makes more sense to go... Well, best use of mana is Diviner Squid, so we probably do that. All right. And I suppose I don't have to trade my Blight Blade for the Arbor Mage yet. Stalker's looking good here too. No reach, right? No reach. And Stalker's going to be even cheaper to use. This doesn't have reach, does it? No. Can attack with Sidecat. How do they block? They block with Arbor Mage and Colony. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah. Can attack with the Blight Blades too, can't I? Yeah, you know what? I probably do. Still have the blocker for the Infiltrator. We're playing... Yeah, this is fine, actually. I'm okay with this. We also have random Mitamarasas can bust out at some point. They want to double block. I'm okay with that, too. It's a decent 2-for-1, I would think. Got 5 damage in. Then we can go Stalker and Brute. Yeah, and then if they're making Infiltrator unblockable too, they're losing 2 blockers, which can't be great for them either. Like, they lose 2 blockers, and then we just are able to get in with Stalker, what, 3 times or something? I mean, this can't be great for them either. They do get to draw an extra card, but they're down. I mean, eventually I think the Infiltrators are going to get out of hand, but for now, I'm kind of liking where we're at. Visionary. I think we just go for the Stalker first here. We don't have the land for the squid, but that's not a huge deal. So right now, 3, 6, 7. We do not have lethal, which makes me think we probably just play the Visionary. See what we draw here. And if I rip a land, we hold it for the squid for next turn. Well, it is a land, but we'll wait on that. Once again, if they want to... I mean, they have to have an answer for our Stalker. They have to have an answer for our Diviner. Otherwise, we still steal the game here. Guess that works. They didn't even have the mana to draw off of Into the Royal, I just noticed. So we got game 1. We'll see you for the next one. Oh, this is definitely a keep. Reminds me that we've got that Scute Swarm in here. Yeah. So I almost want to play the Florahedron as a land now, but that can't be right, can it? Because you kind of don't want to play that Scute Swarm until... I mean, I guess we can set up for now with the Skydiver. Yeah, Skydiver into Brute actually does seem pretty good. You don't exactly want to play the Scute Swarm until you've got that 6th land. Then you go turn 5 or turn 6 Scute Swarm land, and just much more challenging to deal with. All right, Black Loom Rogue. That's a dude as well. I think this turn we'll just stick to plan, drop the Brute. Get in for 2. Colossus is cheaper now too, that's nice. Probably playing the Florahedron as a land. What's cool here is we can... Oh. Well. Guess that makes it a little more challenging. Let's see. Oh, Buying Veil. Well, that's nice too. Guess we'll attack. So I'm using Buying Veil as a removal spell, which does actually leave us off of, takes us a little bit further away from our Scute Swarm plan, but I don't know. Seems like they have something. Two cards in hand, 5 open mana. All right, well, we'll go for it. Oh, they have something. Well, might work out. All right. Okay. Well, they're out of cards, so land drops are good now. Guess we go Blightblade, Scute Swarm. Sentinel. Oh, wait. Yeah, it worked out fine. More surprised they wanted to make that trade. All right. We'll see you for the next one. Ooh, yeah, this is good. Blightblade into Florahedron into Stalker Recovery. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Could do the Ambush too as a land, but ooh, Dry Disruption, that's a good one too. I still think it's worth it to get that Florahedron down. Getting access to extra mana is usually nice. Skulker is good. So, could play one of our mini tap lands. We're going to play Stalker this turn, which means I probably just swing with the Blightblade and then drop the Stalker and be happy enough about that. So I kind of want to hold on to these if I can for now. Celebrant, all right. Another Blight Blade, and we can leave up the Disruption. So we'll just attack here. I'm going to play the Blight Blade. And I think the Recovery. So that way I have a removal spell and a counter spell in hand. And I can pretty much play all the cards in my deck at this point too, which is good. And then I still... Sadly, I have just rogues right now. Oops, all rogues. So I need another class to make this Stalker a little bit better. I think you take advantage of the Disruption when you get it. Disruption only gets worse later, so let's just do it now. Let's see. I guess that we can make this unblockable and get in for 5. And they're just taking it. Just taking the abuse. Alright, so they do have the combo, but we've got the Call in the Ambush, so it's probably okay. Let's see how they block. He might take it. Alright, they wisely block, so I think I'm just gonna 2-for-1 myself to get rid of the combo. The question is, which combo piece is more harsh? I think the Celebrant. Maybe not. Maybe we just let this trade happen for now. And if they have a removal spell, maybe. Yeah, alright. Basically, if I can get another class, it's going to let us draw 2. I can make the Stalker. It's a little bit of a tricky spot. I'm going to take the Drain here. Oh, Visionary's nice. One card left. Kind of want to keep their dudes back here. So I think what we do is probably block here. And then ambush. Probably the Celebrant. And I waited this long because I wanted to see. They would have been able to attack with more, I think, if I did it differently than that. And Diviner is actually a pretty awesome draw. I'm pretty happy to trade. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I can easily trade the Visionary and we already got value, or I can trade the Diviner. Probably trade the Diviner, actually. This is tough. Basically, I get to draw another card off of it. I lose an evasive guy, but the evasive guy, the guy I have on the ground is keeping them back anyway. So I kind of feel like this is better. Well, guess we take 5. Binding the Stalker. All right. No cards left, though. That's good. So we don't do the might yet because we kind of want that to be a surprise that we have lethal. Oh, Brute's a good draw too. Looks like they're playing around the Might of Marasa, probably wisely. Probably just chumping with a Florahedron. Oh. Let's see here. So we'll... I guess that means we're not going to have lethal anymore. Alright. Maybe I needed to do the Florahedron there, I'm not sure. Well, Skydiver is cool and all, but... I think they just trade the Skulker for the Visionary and take the Brute, which means we're probably just playing the Skydiver so that I can Might of Marasa. Really? They're going to do it like that? Yeah, I was going to say. Blocking with the Skulker makes a lot more sense if you're playing around Might of Marasa. But maybe they're not. Yeah. Wait, what are they doing? Just block with the Skulker. Huh. Weird. Well, we're going to do the Might to kill the Angel. I guess we don't need to kick it. Doesn't really matter, right? And then play the Skydiver with no artifacts to steal, which is probably okay. So technically I have lethal and crackback if they attack with both, which I guess means at this point I can chump with Florahedron. We'll probably just block like that. Kick Boom Hunter is going to be a problem. Let's see, we're at 3. This has lifelink, so technically I think that makes all their dudes lethal. Which definitely means I have to play Colony. It probably means I attack with just the Visionary. Attack with Visionary, play a kicked Colony. Let's say I attack with Brute and Visionary. I have 2 blockers. Block Flyer, block Priest, take 3. So I can't attack with more than 1 creature. So I have to chump here to not die. And they got us, the Mind Drain. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, well, it's a keep. I mean, we only have 2 lands, but we got our squids to hold down the fort. Possible brute, do the beat down. Who knows, maybe we'll just keep ripping lands in these squid beats. Fledgling, well, that's a strong one. Well, land's a good draw, actually. So, let's play our land. Start beating down. And actually, Into the Royal at least is a nice answer for Fledgling. Especially given that our deck does not have a ton of removal. And if we're able to just, you know, rip a few lands and beat in with some 3/2 squids, it can do a lot of work for us. And they didn't have a land draw? Ooh. Well, neither do we, so. We can Rabid Bite, it's not worth it. We just drop a brute. And call her good. Jerboa. Okay. Well, we got the land. That's good. So, what do we want to do here? I mean, honestly, we can play a land, Rabid Bite the Priest, and bash for 9. And that is pretty big. I don't see them super reliably winning that race. Another option is to... I mean, I take half their life if I do that. And they're a little bit mana starved and I have the Into the Royal. It kind of just seems worth it. It's a little bit aggressive. But I have the Into the Royal for the Fledgling anyway, so why not? Especially since I can, like, end of turn do it. We're taking half their life here. They're obviously mana starved. They can't even trade with a squid now. I mean, granted, we need to rip lands in order to attack with squid, but I want to see what their plan is anyway. Attacking? Seems risky. Well, here's the thing. I guess I don't need to cast Into the Royal now. Alright. Yeah. Especially since we can do... Yeah. So we attack here. I don't think they block anyway. Obviously, it's amazing if they do. Really? Alright. Well. Can replay your healer, I guess. Still haven't made a land drop. I suppose we haven't either. In a little bit. They can double block our brute. That's true, but I think at this point I'm kind of okay with that. I'll trade a brute for a healer. I could have attacked with the... Now they're not blocking, which is kind of funny, actually. I don't know why they wouldn't block there. I guess if they have another cleric, it might make sense. But I'm still going to just, you know, trade it for a squid or whatever. So let's see. They could have Subtle Strike, which might make... Well, if I could double block with Squid then. And double blocking with Squid also plays around like Resolute Strike, I guess, sort of. I mean, I want to get rid of their Vigilance guy, so I'm kind of okay double blocking here. Could have just blocked with the Blight Blade too, but I want the Infiltrator to be unblockable. Looks like they're going to do Subtle Strike, so that's okay too. That's the one they chose? What are they, out of their minds? Well, in that case, I'll get my guaranteed damage in, I guess. Yeah, we'll play land. I mean, Mind Drain gets us, but if they're going to Mind Drain us, they die, so that doesn't really matter. I mean, I suppose they would have had to pay an extra life in order to feed the Swarm the 4-drop, but it couldn't have been right, could it? Alright. We'll see for the next one. Alright, well, looks like a keep to me. Well, we'll see. If I rip a land, I might keep the Disruption around as a spell, but kind of looks like with a hand like this, with the Scythecat in particular, we're more likely to want to go play it as a land, and I think we will. Good rip there. So we'll go probably Brute into potentially Scythecat land, yeah. I think that makes more sense. I don't know what our opponent's doing, though. They're in, like, warrior colors, but they haven't actually played a spell yet. Three color. Well, Felidar a good one. Thankfully, we're going to just kill that. So... I've got some choices here, actually. Yeah, I mean, best use of mana would just be Infiltrator. This is tough. We have the Rapid Bite for next turn. You know what? It's probably best to do the Infiltrator. My thinking is... I mean, making the best use of mana is usually important. Their Felidar can grow and get bigger, but I have the Blight Blade that I can Rapid Bite with, which I think is important. I could have played the Scythecat and pumped it here, but I don't know. Getting that Infiltrator down when I have it to Drew Blight Blade just seems way better. Could have had two of these little fellows. Got a lot of spell lands over there. Actually, no, they're just fancy looking lands. So we'll see if they have removal. If they do, we'll figure out what we're doing next turn. We do have the Might of Marasa and Rapid Bite, which does also work. All right, and they're tapping out. Good news for us. Very good news for us. So now we can go Scythecat. land. We can go Rabid Bite. Well, we've got the... Yeah, I think actually... Tap this. Get in like this. See how they block. I mean, obviously telegraphing something. Double block is totally fine. We're just going to take the trade. Draw our card. And then Rabid Bite. Take care of that. Nip that threat in the bud. There we go. That was good. That puts him in a much more difficult position. No plays there. Well, that's good too. So let's go land. This unblockable. I think we'll actually just get in here. Like I can do the Might of Barasa, but I think I'm actually kind of cool just playing like 2 stalkers. I got rogue.deck going right now, but that's okay. I suppose they can mind drain us once again. Still a thing I have to worry about. Could have actually played the Seagate Colossus there. I wonder if that would have been better. I'm not sure. I'm not overly concerned about it. So choices of what we can do. Can kick the Might of Marasa. They're practically tapped out anyway. I mean, I feel as though they kind of have to block here. And even if they do, I think they're dead. They have 1 red, so what, Spikefield Hazard is what I'm worrying about. Like, let's say I can deal 7, 9, 11, or I can kick it on the Scythe Cat, and I get in for 7, 9, 11. So, I guess the most sense is to just do this, and then do this. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, looks like a keep to me. Got that squid. Squid, the little 2-mana 3/2 blue creature that could. Squid into Stalker. We got ourselves a little beating force here. Squid into Stalker into Infiltrator? This is almost unfair now. Unkicked Sproutling, huh? Well, could attack with Stalker, but let's just drop the Infiltrator. They got the Rabid Bite, they got it. We'll let them do it. If they don't, then we're actually looking kind of good. I mean, it is a common, and they're doing the Rabid Bite, so nothing I can do about it. All right. got their damage in. They did it. Let's see. Oh, I can get it back, but this turn seems better served just casting a Diviner, I would say. Well, let's see. If I do recovery next turn with 6 mana. I mean, if I do recovery as a land, what can I do with 6 mana? I mean, I want to build towards a Sentinel. That's true. Getting back Infiltrator seems a little bit slow anyway. We'll do this. We'll do the Diviner. We'll get in for 2. And pass. So this way we've got kicked Might of Marasa. And building towards that big old Sentinel. So do we want to offer the trade with Stalker? Kind of okay with that. And actually, we don't even have to because we have the Might of Marasa. So this might work out. I'm actually kind of thankful they don't want to, though, but that's good news for us. So we'll play the big fat colony. Survivor. What are they going to put the counter on that? Are they still going to attack? If they do, I still think we're in pretty decent racing position. Yeah, they're staying back now, which is good. So I think the plan is to get in with Diviner, kick our Sentinel, and then next turn we're actually lethal with Diviner, Sentinel, and Stalker. So they've got to come up with a good... And I mean, with the Might of Marasa too, that's just... It's a lot of potential damage here. And I guess if we rip a land, we can actually kick Might and make Stalker unblockable, which is also very good. Alright, first things first. Killing that. Almost taps them out. Still not really in a position to attack. Yeah, this has got to be lethal. We attack like this. Let's say I attack with that too. Yeah, this is just, we pay 4. Yeah, this has got to be lethal. 4, 7. Kind of irrelevant here, I guess. All right. See you for the next one. All right. Well, it's a keep. Could very well be doing a turn 2 Royal Mage. Not the most exciting use of this card, but acceptable. I mean, I can also keep it back for a counter. Yeah. And do the Dry Disruption. Is that better? Let me think about this. Well, you know what? It's probably okay to just do this. My thinking is I'm probably going to have to play the Dry Disruption as a land anyway. Though maybe not if I draw a land this turn. So we'll see. Yeah, this kind of makes me want to leave up Dry Disruption. But I don't think we will, actually. I think the plan now is get in with the Royal Mage. Play the Disruption as a land. And pass. And then next turn we're going to go Visionary. And then hopefully get that colony as a 4/4. I think this ultimately works out better for us. Like, I could have countered that. I get it. But I'm just going to have to be content with the decision I've made here. We also have a couple Might of Marasas in here, so could work out okay. As long as I'm playing big stuff, we're probably all right. Uh-oh, Rooster Drakes. Well, that's a good turn 3, turn 4. So now we bust out the colony. All right, so the plan is colony, Blightblade, smashing with both here. I think they can afford to take it. But by the same token, we kind of have to attack too. Attacks certainly aren't getting better later. All right. All right, so I think we're just gonna jam Skyclave Sentinel. Yeah, we're probably attacking with the Blightblade, I guess. Trading it for a Geyser Mage if we have to. Or do they just take one? Yeah, I think that makes sense too. I mean, I have Into the Royal I could do on the colony. I'm not sure I want to do that. Well, I mean, seems like a pretty clear Might of Marasa, but this game really doesn't seem super winnable anyway, so I feel like I probably block. Like, say I don't block and they Might of Marasa anyway, like, that doesn't seem very good for me either. I could hope to leave up the mana, but it just doesn't seem realistic. So we'll get in with these dudes. and play a squid and a scythe cat probably. They don't even need to block. I would argue they have zero reason to block there. They're at a perfectly fine life total. They've got more cards in hand. They've got the Roost of Drakes. Like, I probably would have just taken it. Well, we got a Might of Marasa, but not quite enough here. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, we got a good keep here. Blight Blade into Squid. Might of Marasa, combat trick. Ooh, into Stalker, nice. Cool. I think we're willing to trade Blight Blade off if necessary here. Could have left it back. But yeah, it's alright. Question is, do I trade my squid for the healer now? I think because of the vigilance, I probably do. And the fact that my stalker is probably coming down next turn. If I don't attack with Blightblade there, they probably don't attack with healer. But I'm in a similar situation the next turn where I have to choose whether I want to block or not. This is okay. So we can attack here and play the Stalker. So they probably don't attack unless they have something, so I guess we'll take it. All right, now I think that we probably Rabid Bite. Probably the Archpriest, I guess. This way, if they have removal, I guess they get us pretty good if they have removal, but it feels like, yeah, that's actually good. Because now Our dude's bigger. They wasted 2 cards. We get in for 5. That worked out just fine. We got more damage in. We 2 for 1'd. We've got more board presence. We got a Royal Mage to get back. Rabid Biter might at some point. Oh, they have worked. So we're still just, I think now we're just gonna hang out. Cause I want to do the Royal Mage. Could got it in unblockable with the Stalker, but I'd rather stay back for now. Alright, so they have the 2 Skulkers. I'm willing to trade my Skulker for theirs. Or my Blightblade for their Skulker, I mean. That's just fine. Alright. So Sidecat's good. Sidecat is good. Maybe I can hang out. I don't need to use Royal Mage. So this is not the best use of mana, but takes advantage of the landfall. So I think it's probably better. Start growing the little Sidecat that could right now. I'm thinking we might just be bringing the Might of Marasa back. Kind of a healthier combat trick. So I think we'll take a billion here. Did not rip the land, unfortunately, which means we'll probably just attack. Can attack, play the Royal Mage, kicked, bringing back Rabid Bite, which is probably also fine. Or they block here. So they don't block. We'll do the Royal Mage kicked. I think we'll get back the Rabid Bite. Oh, that's tough. Maybe the Might of Marasa can get me enough damage in to win in 2 turns, though, with the Trampler. I don't have a ton of time, so I feel like this is probably how I want to do it. I mean, if I'd picked up the Rabid Bite, yeah, maybe that would have been smarter. Because now I don't... Let's see. Yeah, just not quite there. If I'd gotten a creature there, it would have been fine. Alright. Well, looks like they got us. So, ended up going 5-3 with this deck. That's pretty good. Alright, ended up going 5-3. Some kind of sloppy play there at the end for me, but I gotta go Snowblow anyway, so it's probably for the best. Call it good for now. Alright, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.